not Islam. It's always the Hebrew Israelites that always come up. So in the back of their mind is something in the splinter of their mind that's telling them there's something to this Hebrew Israelite thing, you know, because they tried all them other things, man.
They're obsessed with the Israelites.
That's right. That's right. It says here, Matthew 7:6. It says, "Give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn again and rend you." Now, I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna give you a couple of examples. General Yohana invited Don King Sarnetta to the Passover, and he was claiming that whole year, I'm a Hebrew. I'm a Hebrew. He came up against the black conscious people, the Africans, the back to Egypt people. What is he now? He's back to being a goddamn comedic cat. So when Yohana, do you think, hey, when he came down to our camp, it was in mid-October, the end of October, around the 25th, 20th, around there of October of last year. Our Passover was months away, and he was kind of coming back and forth from time to time. Do you think we invited him to the Passover? If the man said, "Look, I want to come to the Passover," I said, "No, you ain't invited to the Passover. You can't come." Well, I'm a Hebrew. I said, "Well, you know what, man? You gotta build yourself up. Okay, you gotta build yourself up. And once you prove that you're a Hebrew, an Israelite, then we may consider inviting you to the Passover, man. Look, we don't even invite women to the Passover. Our own women don't come to the Passover, man."
What? The homeless man. Remember the homeless? It was one homeless guy outside of the Passover, and the spirit got, because brothers would say, "Oh yeah, we got extra land," and he said, "No, we got money together," and gave it to the brother.
That's right. I remember that.
The spirit got on you, said, "Nah, you can't eat of this land because
that's right.
A spiritual meal."
That's right. That's right. It's only for conscious Israelites.
That's right.
And see now, what about a month or two later, Yohana had this guy up in the Passover.
Yep.
So how deep is Yohana? How deep is him? Is he? Don't just let no nigga come up in the. I'm surprised you didn't let Shaka come up in there, man.
Yeah.
Chomping up on that lamb.
I got something real quick. This is Proverbs 26:3 on down. You know, this is for you guys that keep going back and forth with them black unconscious clowns. It says, "A whip for the horse, a bridle for the ass, and a rod for the fool's back." You know, it says, "Answer not a fool according to his folly, lest thou also be like unto him." Because if you keep going back and forth with these guys, and eventually you're going to end up looking just like them, like a fool.
Go ahead, brother.
It says, "Answer a fool according to his folly, lest he be wise in his own conceit. He that sendeth a message by the hand of a fool cutteth off the feet and drinketh damage." You know, the legs of the lame are not equal, so is a parable in the mouth of fools. Because bottom line is, all this going back and forth and all these PowerPoint presentations and all the, because every time them black unconscious clowns come up against the Israelites, they get stomped to the ground by the Spirit of the Lord.
Yeah. So, even bubble eyes.
Then they regroup. Yeah, but now you can see you got to be an ex-Hebrew, like that clown Sam Coffin.
Boy, Sam Kuku.
That guy's a joke.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna let you finish. You said every time they come against the Israelites, they get crushed, and y'all come against the least of the Israelites, the misfits. Bubble Eyes stomped y'all, right? Y'all came up against Bubble Eye Black. He's a joke, but he's coming with Israel, and he crushed your guys. Uncle Ruckus in New Haven will probably cut you guys, man.
I just want to just make this one quick point, and then and really, like, all of that effort y'all put in, all the time you put into the studying and putting those presentations together, and the people they saw who won, how many of those people actually left from among the so-called black unconscious and converted to become Israelites? How many? You know, I mean, as far as we know, none. You know, now whether one or two of them did or not, we don't know. But the bottom line is they're still in that same, because they're stuck on Mars Hill, man. They're stuck in that Areopagus. You know, that's the lot that the Lord gave them.
That's a good topic in the future. Stuck on Mars Hill.
I got two scriptures. Real quick. This is the first one I'm gonna read is Revelations 22:11. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still.
Oh, that's perfect. Cause them niggas, man, they wasn't right to begin with, man. If you got a guy that got a damn bald head with a donkey's tail hanging off of that shit sideways, you know that something ain't right with that guy. Why would you even sit there? And, you can't have a lot. First of all, you ain't gonna have no logical.
Looking like Goru's cousin from Street Fighter.
You know, how you expect somebody to really take you serious? Talk about this culture, this comedic culture. And
Well, hold up. If you want to really get cultural, go back to Egypt, man.
Yeah, that's right. And shove your head up an elephant's ass. All right? With that damn side lock.
Even Richard Pryor went back to Africa. Yeah, and he came back and made mockery of it. He came back and made it a part of his stand-up. He said, I went to Africa, I went to the motherland, Jack. I couldn't find one Pryor over there. Right? Then he said him and his wife picked up an African hitchhiker, and the dude, he made mockery of the Africans, man. He said, that nigga had old deer. You know, the dude was stinking and funking up the car, and he couldn't wait to get the guy out the car. So right there, and that was back in the late 70s, early 80s. Now, Richard Pryor did that. He pretty much told you it's a joke. That's what he was saying. Because he said, I went and looked and I tried to find a Pryor. I couldn't find one Pryor. Meaning that my people wasn't there. So even he figured that out, man.
And then a lot of those tribes that you talk about, those are Israelites. All right, we done covered that already. We talk about go amongst some real Hamitic Africans, man, because you got Israelites over there in the western, predominantly the whole west coast of Africa. All right, the Western Africa, northwest, like Nigeria, Libya, Guyana, Sierra Leone, Senegal. Those were Negroes. Some of them came from over here, and some of them never left from over there from when they fled from Jerusalem. All right, and they set up forts in those areas. So those are Israelites, man. The Igbos, okay, and some of them other tribes and everything. Okay, the Shantis, the Yoruba. Those are all Israelites, man. All right, they into whatever philosophy they into, but they Israelites when you trace their history back. All right, but go ahead, read on.
It says, he that is unjust, let him be unjust still.
Right. In other words, we're going to let you keep being a nigga, man. We ain't trying to get... Our concern is, like we keep telling you, is the elect of Israel, man. We're not like these other Israelite groups. They looking for all black people better. We don't give a damn about... If you outside of the circle of Israel, the elect of Israel, all right, teaching what we're teaching, we don't give a damn about you, man. These niggas that's getting shot, so-called tragic, they shot a 12-year-old nigga the other day. Guess what? His parents should have taught him the truth, man. All right, and I'm pretty sure he probably knew the truth, man. You know, he was none but a damn demon anyway. I mean, Esau was going to pay for what he got to pay for, but guess what? That's the Most High's judgment on these niggas, man. We don't care about these niggas, man.
And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still.
Right, if you in that comedic stuff, man, that's filthiness, man. Yeah. All right, and right, and I seen it, Tazar, he did show you pictures of the grown men playing with grown men's penises, and you're going to find a way to try to flip it. And try to ain't no justification in that. That's one of them things that should not happen, man. And you can't compare that to circumcision. Circumcision was done 8 days, right? 8 days later, when the child was still a baby, not a grown man. All right, let's don't get simple, man.
That's right, man. Yeah, you got more than that. That's right, man. You're supposed to, now in this kingdom. Now listen, I'm gonna say this for edification for you brothers. All you brothers that claim to be Israelites, if you're not circumcised now, you do have to get that done. That's something you should try to get done, man. You know what I mean?
Circumcision was done later. There are cases in the scriptures where circumcision was done later, but it wasn't a perversion, man. It wasn't a sexual perversion. It goes back to the law of the Heavenly Father. It represents cleanliness. Unlike the Egyptians, they were just perverted, man. All right? They were just sexual deviants. And that pyramid text you always talk about, Shaka, that's a study in perversion, man. We went into that, brought out about the homosexuality, the pyramid text, and you have the nerve to call King James a homosexual. At least King James wrote that manual for his son, the Basilicon Doron. And in there, King James extolled the virtues of the scriptures. All right? King James was no homosexual. Why don't you... Well, anyway, go ahead.
Sitting on the throne back then was a serious thing, man. You know?
Yeah.
That was a serious... Because you basically represented the Most High on earth. That's what the kingship was all about. When you read about King David, King Saul, the different kings, basically they were the heads over the Levites. The chief judges were Levites.